Hello there guys, welcome back to the D Entertainers, and today we are reviewing the Bollywood movie Brothers. How does a common man in India understands MMA? That is mixed martial arts. It is something that allows you to throw punches like a street fighter without getting arrested. Well, this is what the two historical commenters of R2F, that is Right to Fight, keeps repeating in the most of the second half in the movie. This is directed by the Karan Malhotra and starring Akshay Kumar and Siddharth Malhotra. Well, this is the remake of the 2011 Hollywood film Warriors. Coming to the main story, there's a Christian family in Mumbai which is struggling with its daughter's kidney alignment. Parent David, that is Akshay Kumar, and Jenny Fernandez, that is Jacqueline, have 3 jobs between them, but they are still way short of making both ends meet. David, who was trained in freestyle street fighting by his father Gary in his teens, is a physics teacher. He returns to illegal bouts for the want of some quick money, but even that is not enough. So he decided to compete for the Peter Brejanja's tournament, that is R2F, which is all set to begin its new chapter in India. The two brothers Akshay and Siddharth shares a sweet sour relationship which adds an emotional dimension in the film. Monty Fernandez, that is Siddharth Malhotra, is a loner who doesn't even give a second glance to a super glamorous girl, Mary, that is Kareena Kapoor. He is not happy with the state of his dysfunctional family and holds David and Gary responsible for it. Monty also participates in unlawful street fights, but he is not properly trained, so he concentrates on channelizing his anger. Don't ask me how that is going to help him against some really talented and well-trained athletics. As expected, he also arrives to the Peter's R2F, and now it's a battle of wit, will and wickedness. This is how the story progresses in the movie. The makers has done a smart thing by retaining almost all main scenes or key scenes from the Warriors' two brothers. These are the points where the audience feels involved in the story. It is amazing to see how the same issue affects lives in the two different spheres. However, the problem starts the moment it deviates from the original storyline. Nicky Knowlton was a man with a restrained behavior, but Gary has a special affinity for dramatic performance. Apart from the scene where he spoils the Monty's birthday, he reminds the viewer of the Esther's Ear villain Neelu Phule. He either brags into a room with a loud sound or cries inconsolably, but fails to recreate the same effect that Knowlton did without humming. You remember how powerful the warrior scenes was? Where Knowlton gets drunk and Hardy consoles him? Yeah, brother recreated it, but with absolute zero impact. However, not all new additions to the film are bad. Some of them were well thought out. For example, the camaraderie between the two brothers and how it develops over the year is a very nice blend of sweet and sour, and look authentic, while Warrior doesn't develop deep into this aspect. Also, the build up to the climax is praiseworthy. Unfortunately, these moments are very few in number. One of the big problem is the character of the coach, played by Frank Grillo. This time we can see Rusty Urana in the place of Beethoven. No, it's not the urge to watch the same film in Hindi. Brother is an official remake, so if the absence of an integral part pushes the plot to fizzle out at a crucial juncture, it's going to be counted. The second thing is the representation of the athletics and their fierce energy inside the ring. In Brothers, we have witnessed some fighters with strange background scores and weird fighting techniques. Some of them tried their best to appear like a hardened criminals than a sports person. Doesn't this gimmickry dilutes the whole idea of making a film with no actual experience against MMA events? Some of the judgmental errors are so glaring that it's hard to think them as continuity errors. Phone rings at David's house. Jenny picks up and say hello, but this doesn't prompt the other person to stop for a breath and wait for the David to respond. He keeps speaking to an imaginary David as if two different sound bits are edited together. And the silly one is the scene where all the boxers are introduced to the media. There are only handful in numbers, and all of them are sitting in the same hall on the same side of the table. But David and Monty realizes each other's presence only after its announcement on mic. That also reminds me the sluggish editing during MMA fights. Not much care has been taken in displaying the character's movement across the frame. Now comes the most crucial part of the film, the fight sequence. Apart from some of these scenes, it's mostly satisfactory. Thanks to the Akshay Kumar's control aggression, he impresses with his understanding of emotional action sequence. He is good at hand-to-hand combat, and he is brilliant at displaying his eternal dissatisfaction with his life. Easily the best of the lot. Siddharth Malhotra is against uphill task because he will be compared with Tom Hardy. He tries, but probably that won't be enough. The final review of the film is the Karan Malhotra's brother is not warrior. It's an ode to formula driven content. Having said that, brother still offers a very fantastic fight sequence and matured Akshay Kumar. You can also consider it as a new film rather than the Warriors remake.